Hey everyone and everything. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the question of circumcision in Rome and circumcision in general. Excuse me. I thought it would be something important to discuss upon. So in Rome, circumcision wasn't very common. Obviously not. However, it's not like it didn't exist. It did exist, but only for a minority. Was definitely not the majority of Roman men that were getting circumcised, okay? And the origins of circumcision actually have very ancient origins. Also, in the pagan mystery schools and pagan cultures and ways of spirituality, yes, there was circumcision. However, the reason for it, I'm going to explain. And it might disgust some people. The reason for it, maybe it might encourage some people to go out and do it or whatever, but whatever. Now, let's talk about circumcision's ancient origins. First of all, circumcision was used in sex worship among the ancient pagan cultures. Heathenists, as they would call them, a heathen. Heathen means somebody that loves to enjoy sexual pleasures. So, look, now this doesn't mean that people that are having foreskin can't be heathens. Now, the circumcision, why it was done is because in sex it made the sex rituals of bestiality easier. Because when you don't have foreskin, it's easier to penetrate genitalia of animals also. Because there's no foreskin to hold you back, with the flip-flop effect. Guys will know male things, okay? Everything male will understand what I'm talking about. Whoever has foreskin. If you don't have foreskin and it's well lubricated, yes, you can enter and exit without a flip-flop effect, like as if something's holding you back. That doesn't exist. So, that's the origins of circumcision, to make bestiality easier. Okay? To reduce the flip-flop effect, and also you get the idea, okay? Because sometimes the foreskin, if it's stuck somewhere in the middle and you can't go in any further, you have to, complicate it. In Rome, definitely it wasn't the vast majority of men doing it. Also in the pagan cultures, was not for the vast majority of men. The ancient way of doing circumcision is first you had to educate the male thing that what is circumcision, why do you want to get circumcised? They would be educated about circumcision first after they reached an age of awareness, a certain intellectual, spiritual awareness of their own bodies. And then they were given the option, hey, do you want to live a heathen lifestyle and do this bestiality stuff? Look, bestiality was common in Rome, okay? Also, women with animals and men with animals. So, for men, it made the bestiality easier, okay? This is the blunt, honest truth. Now, look, I said already in the beginning, yes, it might disgust some people, but hey, the truth is the truth. Now, the ancient Rome, even now, the Romans were experts in foreskin restoration as well. That was one thing that was very expertly done in Roman medicine. That if you had done circumcision with awareness, obviously, and then later you were like, hey, I wish I had my foreskin back, there would be some devices, you just do some stretching, you get your foreskin back. So don't get paranoid that, oh, I had my foreskin cut out, now I feel like I'm missing something. You can always regenerate it, back to its original form. Okay, so look, it really, now what I have to say on circumcision, listen, I think it should be left up to each individual to decide for themselves. Okay, yeah, okay, taking into consideration hermaphrodite, transgenders, or whatever, also, because they also have that thing, the male thing. So I think it should be based on an individual personal choice after getting educated about it. I'm definitely against forcing it upon someone, especially someone that's not aware, you know. But hey, if you're aware and you're happy, let's just say even if circumcision was done upon you and you're not aware when you was not aware, but you're happy about it and you accept yourself, hey, no problems, right? No questions asked. If you have a problem, you can always restore it. No need to get paranoid unnecessarily. So yes, if you feel a sense of hope, hey, yeah, one day I'll get my natural male thing back, the foreskin, yes. In that way, there is hope. The Romans had foreskin and still do today foreskin restoration devices. You could also do it manually if you want to stretch down there or whatever. So the main purpose of circumcision was to take part in this heathenism sex ritual stuff. Sex with animals, sex with everything that moves pretty much. Anything. Okay? Taking sea creatures into consideration. So that was the purpose of the circumcision. Now, with that being said, in Rome, um, if one was fed up of the over sexualization that was happening, in the liberal society, you could always get into something more artistic, like poetry or some kind of philosophy. There was many outlets for male things that males that were not interested in war, not interested in love, not interested in sex. They could just take part, maybe in some spiritual meditation in some temple, Roman temple, or find some solace in nature and just, maybe be part of the treasury or something, not having really to do much with war and this romance and sex stuff, So you could always, there was outlets for that. It wasn't seen as something nerdy. It's okay, hey, this male does not is had enough heathenistic sex rituals, whatever. It had enough, seen enough bloodshed and gladiator combats or whatever. Okay, let's just move on to some more intellectual things. You know, explore some maybe some science stuff. So yeah, you don't have to constantly try to prove yourself that you're a male by always engaging in hedonistic behavior. But what happens is these people that were fed up with all the hedonism and the bloodshed, yeah, they would just separate themselves from the society a little bit, just be in some library, focus more on, philosophy, mental, I don't know how to call it, mental, sharpening the thoughts, having some intellectual debates, maybe discussing some politics in Rome, that kind of stuff. So, look, there's no real rules. It's more about, what you're really into, you know? If you want to engage in heathenism to the utmost extreme, yeah, then in Rome you could get circumcised, but child circumcision was illegal in Rome. You have to wait until the male child had reached a certain awareness, and only if it was the male child's decision, then, and he took it upon himself that he wants to do it by well trained doctor, yes, then go for it. And you could always restore it. So that's all I have to say in this video. You can check out some links in the description box below if you're interested.